Most men might not want to admit it. Shit, even most women might not want to admit it, but women are allowed to be broke. Women are not dependent on monetary value. They're just not. They're not looked at as the providers. And I understand that most women be like, oh, I'm not broke. I don't have to be broke. I don't know. We're not allowed to be broke. Listen. A woman could leave the house with her and a group of her girlfriends, go to the bar or club and have drinks and food all night with not $1 in their pocket. Nothing in their purse but some makeup and a tampon. I don't know. I don't know what y'all carry, but you get the point. You guys are allowed to be broke, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, exploit the loophole. Hey, good for you. But as a man, you're not allowed to be broke. You're not allowed to leave the house without any money in your pocket. You can't do that because that's looked down upon. That's frowned upon. That's bad. You're considered a brokey. That's not good. Nobody's coming to pay for your drinks or food. It just doesn't happen that way. As a woman, they like to say their life is harder, and to a certain degree, yes. Men and women are different. Not different to the point where, we're not humans. We're both humans, but we play different roles. We play different roles in life. That's what I mean. We're different. But women, they're allowed to go through life in fantasy land and whimsical and Cinderella story. They're allowed to do that because nobody's looking upon them to be successful. Yes, there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be successful, but she doesn't really have to. Since she hits puberty, everything is basically handed to her. Food, money, anything she wants, she could get it because men, we're attracted to women. Men are known as the dominant. Men are the providers. So we know that we need certain attributes, certain abilities to attract women. And that's why we do the things we do. That's why we have the flashy cars and the nice clothes and the shoes and stuff. 99% of the stuff men do is to attract women. I don't care what nobody says. We don't really do nothing for ourselves. I doubt we even get a haircut for ourselves. Our haircut is just to look nice and presentable for women. But yeah, like women, we just have different standards. Like I say, I don't hate the player. That's just the game. Like I'm not mad. I'm not upset. It's just what it is. What it is. The problem is they hate to admit it. They don't like to admit that they have certain advantages in life. They don't like to admit that. I'm not saying that life is perfect and peaches and cream, but they have certain advantages that especially early on in life, men don't really see the fruits of their labors until like their early 30s, mid 30s, 40s. That's when they see like the fruits of their labors. As soon as a chick turns 18 and she's pretty too, she has the whole world handed to her. The whole world. The whole world. But yeah, like it is what it is. You can't really blame the women because the guys, they giving it up. See, now where the downside is later on in life. See, men, we kind of experience life later on, and women, they experience life early on. So now later on in life, when the woman is older and her beauty starts to fade a little bit and nobody, buying her drinks as much or buying her food as much, she's approaching that wall at like high speed levels, and one day she's gonna hit that wall at 90 miles per hour and she's not gonna know what happened. She's gonna be 40 plus, kids, baby daddy, angry at every man in the world because she depended on men to support her life or whole journey when she didn't build no foundation for herself. Her whole life was on men supporting her, taking her out on dates, getting free food, getting drinks. Even the good guys turning down the good guys because, they're not your type. They don't really look for who's suitable for them, who's genuine for them, who wants to really love and take care of them. Most women early on, they look for excitement, fun, so on and so forth. So when they get excitement, fun, and they get 3 kids out of it, you can't really blame nobody but yourself because at the end of the day, a woman picks her child's father. Men are in control of relationships. Women are in control of sex. You cannot have sex with a woman if she doesn't give you consent. A woman cannot marry a man if he doesn't propose. So we control relationships. A woman cannot say, hey, you're my boyfriend now. No, a man has to agree to that. A man has to agree to that. So, like I said, we're different. It's best that way because that's how it works out. I just made this video to highlight, the differences and how, women don't really have to strive for anything, especially early on. I'm not saying they don't have to. I'm not saying if they want to, that's perfectly fine. And I'm saying majority of women, you know who I'm talking about. You be on social media, you know what I'm talking about. Majority of women don't really have to strive for nothing. All they have to do is look pretty, have a big butt, take some booty pics, some thirst traps, and the DMs is flooded with all type of offerings. So that's all I'm saying. But yeah, shout out to my women who out there doing their thing, doing the best they can. The really independent ones who don't need a man for nothing, who not using the man to take them on dates to get free food and drinks and lead them on, even though you don't like them, but the gifts that come along with it, so we do it anyway. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the men who not pleasure seeking, just chasing after a pretty face and wasting your resources because it's in your DNA and you can't help yourself and you can't control your urges, and your lust for women is empty in your bank account. Shout out to y'all also. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Like I say, hey, that's pretty much it. So peace, I guess.